Hey guys, taking a little bit of break from 32nd scale aircraft again this week. Uh, for this video, we're going to be taking a look at Tamiya's 1/100th scale A-4E Skyhawk kit. Let's open her on up and take a look. Now, much like the previous one of these kits we looked at, um, these things are quite small. Here, starting with the main fuselage components, as well as the drop tanks, control surfaces, wheels, and a couple other odds and end parts. Overall surface detailing is typical Tamiya quality. I mean, even in this small scale, you get a lot of panel line detail throughout. And more importantly, the overall quality of the casting is very high. As I said, three fuel tanks, two for the wings, one for the center line. One problem with this kit, though, is it does include a stand, which we'll look at in a minute. You can't use the center line station and display it on the stand. That's the one problem with this kit. As I mentioned, we do get a nice little stand with it. Continuing on, next up we have the main single-piece wing section, which unfortunately does have some nasty ejector pin marks in the landing gear bays. How one would go about cleaning those up in this small scale, I'm not sure. That's definitely going to be a challenge if you want to display it with the landing gear down. Though I think this one would, honesty, even though you do lose the center line station, would look better displayed with the stand because of the small scale. Continuing on, we've got our multi-ejector racks and triple ejector racks, additional wing stations, our landing gear, and a couple other odds and end parts. Overall, again, much the same. So these parts do need a little bit cleanup for seam lining, but nothing too terrible. Next up, we've got our smaller 500-pound bombs, a couple of rockets, and sidewinders. And even this small scale detailing is very nice. Again, a little bit of seam lining though, but won't be too terrible to clean up. Moving on, we've got our larger 1,000-pound bombs, much the same as the 500s. Again, not sure how well the seam lines will show up on camera, but we'll try. And lastly, and I kept this in the baggie just to make sure I don't lose it, is the canopy. Now this is where the kit does fail a little, as the canopy on the Skyhawk's a little higher in terms of the sculpting, so they basically flattened it out some. So that is unfortunate. Honestly, given you'd have to totally reshape it, I don't see how you'd be able to fix this on your own unless somebody's done some form of aftermarket or you just take a long time to sculpt a new canopy. And hopefully this will show up, but you can see the little front windscreen does have the full detailing. So masking and painting that will be a nightmare, but the fact that even the small scale they captured that detail is impressive. So continuing on now, the decals for this kit I was very much impressed with, given several decaling options, both for US, British, Australian aircraft, and yeah, the sharpness and the register on these decals is very impressive. Tamiya did a great job here. Hopefully this will show up. This is where I do wish copy of Premiere I had did support HDR, as you'd be able to tell the full color range on this. But yeah, definitely bravo on Tamiya's part. Now, moving on to instructions. Again, the kit is basic as it can be. It's almost to the point where you can just shake the box and the kit will drop out. Pretty straightforward assembly. The only thing I would say is just if you are going to do display stand, just remember you can't use that centerline station. So you can save yourself trouble. Beyond that, it's just a matter of figuring out how you want to arm it. So, overall, despite its small size, this is a fantastic little kit. Much the same as the Intruder we looked at previously. They are a little hard to come by. I don't think Tamiya regularly produces them. However, if you can find one, this is one I highly, highly recommend. They are great little kits. And you know what? Sometimes you just need a model that you're just going to build for fun. You're not going to care about getting super accuracy down to the tiniest little rivet. Just build something for fun. And this to me at least embodies that. It's simple. It's easy to build. It falls together without too much effort. And yeah, it's a great kit regardless of skill level. And I would say if you can find one, grab one. Because guarantee you next guy probably will. So that was a look at Tamiya's 1/100th scale A-4E Skyhawk. Fantastic little kit. Highly recommend it. And if you can find one, absolutely grab one. So until next time.